nice red. Oh, now he knows he's hooked. What's up, anglers? This is Pat from Salt Strong, and in this video I'm actually going to show you the types of spots you need to be fishing right now and the reasons why you need to. It is the middle of summer and it is hot outside. It's pretty much hot everywhere in the country, and that is going to decide the areas that we need to be fishing. So I'm going to show you the map right here and talk about an area, and you can use this information and apply it to your spot wherever you are in the country. Same philosophies will work all over the country. I just want to show you this one specific spot right here. This time of year in the summertime, when the temperatures are up, the fish are looking for three specific things. They're looking for cooler water, so they're looking for that water that's coming in out of the ocean. That's going to be cooler than the water that's in the river itself. They're also looking for bait, any type of bait source that they can use, and they don't have to travel very far to get this bait. And then they're also looking for dissolved oxygen. As that water temperature increases, there's less oxygen in that water, so they're looking for that dissolved oxygen that's coming in. And the best source for that is that water that's coming in out of the ocean. That's why you want to be fishing towards an inlet. You want to be fishing towards the bigger bodies of water. Now, specifically the areas that you'll want to be fishing, it's going to be different on an incoming tide and an outgoing tide. So on an incoming tide, what we want to do is we want to fish those areas that are first hit by that incoming water. So you've got the water that's coming in right here, and you got a little area right here. So as this water comes in here, these islands right in here, this is an area where it's going to get the first fresh water, or the first water that's coming in off of that ocean right in here. This is a spot that you want to fish. Another type of a spot that you want to fish is you've got a couple of these creeks right in here. These are places where not only are going to be hit by that water that's coming in, it's also a source of where the bait is that these fish are looking for. That's where they live. They live in the marshes. So the crustaceans, the shrimps, the crabs, the minnows, they're going to be up there in the marsh, and these fish know that. So you get that combination of that cooler water that's coming in on an incoming tide and an area where their food is going to be. This is a great looking spot. These little channels right here and right over here that's facing the ocean itself, great looking spots. Now this is on an incoming tide. If you look on an outgoing tide, what you're going to find is these fish are feeding on anything that's getting flushed out of these rivers. So what you want to look for is you want to look for spots that these predatory fish can actually line up and get anything that's getting flushed out. So you take a river system like this right here, you got this river that's going to be dumping out into the ocean. The very first spot that has a place that these fish can ambush is this island set right in here. As anything that's getting flushed out of the river is going to go by, these fish can set up in this area right in here, and they can ambush any of that bait that's in the area, and they can go right back into protection. A place like this is an excellent place. Now, that is the type of spots that you want to be fishing at, but I'm going to show you an easier way to find this. Again, this is our Smart Fishing Spots app itself. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click this button over here, and this is going to be the types of spots that you're going to be fishing. These are labeled as Smart Fishing Spots. And there's a little guide right here. As you can tell, there's some purple ones over here. We got some red and some yellow over here, and this is the legend. So the red is the hot spots. These are the hottest fishing spots right now. The yellow is great, and then we've got good and fair. And what's going to happen is this is going to change seasonally. It's going to change with the tides. It's going to change all the time depending on what situation there is. So if we take this slider right now, when this is being filmed, this area just happens to be an outgoing tide. Like I said, if you see right there, we've got, you know, these islands that I was pointing out earlier. That's going to be a hot spot. Now we've got a good spot over here, and if we zoom in, it looks like the reason why is we've got an outgoing tide with all these little drains coming from the marsh. This is going to pull a lot of bait in the area, and that's why this is marked as a great spot. So if we zoom back out, what we're going to do is we are going to change the slider to a time where we've got an incoming tide. And what you're going to see is you're going to see a change in the spots. The colors are going to change in these, and then all of a sudden you're going to see some spots pop up out here. This is because the tide has changed, and now we have an incoming tide. And that's how Smart Fishing Spots work. It uses all this different information, and it tells you where to fish. And like I said earlier, you've got a spot right in here where you got that water that's coming in, and you got the marsh. You've got these islands that are marked, and then you've got another little channel that's marked. This is an algorithm of all different types of reasons that's combined together that shows you the places that you need to be fishing. But that's only part of the puzzle. The other part is knowing what to do when you get there. If I show you all the spots and you don't know what to do when you get there, it's just the same thing as not having the correct spots. So the other part of it is you need to know what to do and how to catch these fish when you get to these spots, and that's exactly what we do at Salt Strong. We teach you how to catch fish. We show you the areas and the types of places that you need to be fishing, and also what to do when you get there. And we're going to do this by simplifying everything. We don't want you to bring a truckload of gear with you. Just a handful of lures, rigged the proper way, presented in the proper manner, is all you need to catch fish year round. And that's what we do at Salt Strong. So if you're looking to catch more fish and show your friends and family how to catch more fish, if that sounds interesting to you, check us out at saltstrong.com.